In the quadratic equation above, k and p are constants. What are the solutions for x? Okay, so we have our equation here, x squared minus k over 2x is equal to 2p. So what are the solutions? Alright, so judging from the answer choices, how they look, it looks pretty much kind of like a quadratic formula. So this is what you've been avoiding all your life. Now it's coming back to haunt you. Something that I've been avoiding, but now I actually have to use the quadratic formula, right? Because quadratic formula is kind of like our last hope, our last measure to find out what x is after like factoring, after foiling, after trying to solve for the zeros. When all else fails, we try to go to the quadratic formula. Okay, so let's rewrite this equation above here in a form that can help us plug it into the quadratic formula. So what I want to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 because I don't want to have this fraction here really. So then that'll give me 2x squared minus kx is equal to 4p. Now I'm going to subtract the 4p from both sides just because I want to have this equation be equal to 0. And then that'll give me 2x squared minus kx minus 4p is equal to 0. Perfect. Now let's remind ourselves really quick what the quadratic formula is. The quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This is something that you will probably get to know in your sleep. You will be blurting this out in your worst nightmares. Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You say that again enough times and you'll go crazy. So just watch this video only once. Alright, so once you have this, let's plug in all of our a's and b's and c's. What is our a? Our a is 2, our b is k, and our c is 4. But be careful, it's not just k or 4, it's negative k, and for c it's negative 4. Okay, you want to take into account the charge in front of, or the sign in front of the variables. Great. So let's plug this in. So when you plug that in, we will get negative of a negative, so positive k, plus or minus the square root of k squared. So it's going to be negative k squared, which is just k squared, pretty much. And then minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 4. And then all that divided by 2 times a, which is just 2 times 2, which is just 4. Okay, so we kind of have what we want, but not really. Let's simplify this a little bit more, I guess. We can do the following. We can split this up by saying k over 4. Alright, well that already crosses out c and d because it's k over 2, but we want k over 4 plus or minus the square root of something over 4. Okay, and that's going to be k squared minus, and it's going to be minus, really a minus of minus, so it's plus 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 4 is 32. 32 p, because let's not forget about the p, which was where? Oh, of course, I totally forgot about the p, because the c is just 4p, not just negative 4, it's negative 4p. So my apologies for that. So you got a 4 here, and we'll get a 4 there. So the closest one to that is b. That is your answer.